All right, hello again, everyone. Welcome to League Review, and I still didn't change it. We're redoing the stream thanks to Ryan. That he told me that we do not have any audio because for some reason OBS keeps disabling my microphone before I stream. Anyway, we're talking LPL this week, which is week 3. This has been an insane week in general from people that all the regions have now closed except for the LPL, weirdly enough, doing their online games. LEC and LCS closed like we predicted back on Wednesday when I said there's probably a 45% chance these regions even finish the spring split. And now it's kind of confusing to me, if I'm going to be honest, why the LPL is still playing at the moment due to the fact that simply I guess they can keep playing right now, but if Riot comes out and cancels MSI, I think fourth right now it's in July, but I think might not be happening even in July if things keep going like they are. So let's talk about the craziness of the LPL in general. We went 9-11. We had never had a negative week ever in the LPL. I think the worst week we had was actually like 60% pick rate correct. We average on, for the last 2 splits, 75% pick rate in the LPL, and we went 9-11 this week. Unfortunately, what I did not realize when I was making my predictions is that some of these teams are not going to be playing with certain players. Like, for example, JDG not playing with Zoom as their top laner. You know, the whole argument I made about JDG with playing with Zoom should definitely be able to take down Khan or Gimgoon in the top lane. And then if JDG plays through top lane, they'll be able to mess with Fun Plus Phoenix's bot lane, like their constant focus on the bot river type style. Well, that doesn't happen when you have your backup playing for JDG instead. What's his name? It was 705, and he's not as good as Zoom. He's decent, but he's not as good as Zoom. He's okay, but yeah, JDG fell to Fun Plus Phoenix, and that counted as a loss towards me. I guess I will just take the losses now, but there's definitely going to be an asterisk on week 2 for sure. There was a lot of situations, like we found out EDG. I had EDG winning 3 games this week, I believe. Are they in 3 games? No, they only played 2 games. And I'm going 2-0 with 2 strong performances this week. Weirdly enough, I split that. So that's why once EDG beat E-Star, I pulled it back. I told Ryan before when we were talking that if, like, I didn't know EDG didn't have their starting jungler, their starting top laner, their coach. Like, everyone's gone. Like, they only have Scout left pretty much. But, yeah. So now we have a little bit better understanding of where the teams are. We didn't even see them for 7 weeks. So each team had roughly, you would assume, like 6-7 weeks of practice. We get to see all that, and we did this week. So now hopefully things are a little different. The first game, OMG did beat LNG 2-1. I think that OMG looked by far way better than I thought they were going to be coming out the gate. I actually had them going 0-3 this week, and they finished with a respectable 2-1. Fun Plus Phoenix came back with Gimgoon in the lineup, and instead of Khan, and TN and Crisp look like back on World's form. And I was so happy to see this one. Even though I was upset with the loss, per se, I was so happy to see Fun Plus Phoenix just come screaming back. Like, TN looked terrible in week 1, Crisp looked terrible, Doinby looked terrible. All of them looked phenomenal. Doinby had, I believe, 3 man of the matches this week. Like, absurd amount out of the 4 games. Like, oh, Fun Plus Phoenix is back, and they are ramping right back up. Never doubted them, even though I did. Top Esports, on the other side, looked like one of the worst teams coming out of the split, or out of the break, out of everyone. Like, they looked god-awful in both their games. This one was a little okay because it was against RNG, and like RNG and what you call Betty on RNG, a phenomenal game. I love my Flash Wolf players, former Flash Wolf players, and Betty just took off and performed greatly. Carson, on the other end, not so much. The worst one was way down towards the bottom, if you see there. Top Esports lost 2-0 to LGD, which is unforgivable. And they got smashed in those games. Brian said E-Star overnight. Yeah, E-Star looked pretty good this week. Well, they looked okay. They beat. They looked better, I guess, than I initially thought after they had lost to EDG. The following game made them look a lot stronger. Dominions Gaming took down LGD like we thought. LGD is usually not a great team. They surprised on one of the games this week, obviously. But yeah, they took down 2-0 on LGD. LGD looked like a mess completely. E-Star beat LGD, something top of night, can't say. Oof. I had picked Sunning. I'm like, oh, this is why I hate this team. Sunning, you are the worst team in the LPL. I want to like you. I want to like you a lot. I don't know why. For the last two, you are CLG. You are absolutely CLG. I predicted Sunning to go in here and take down E-Star because I thought E-Star was going to be like, oh, like, I think they're going to be a little bit overrated from their 2-0 start. And now that every team has about 7 weeks of practice, they're going to like look worse. And even Sunning's going to be able to beat them. Well, Sunning didn't. They lost 2-1. And I'm like, well, great. Now I look like an idiot. So I don't care. At least I picked Sunning to lose their next 2 games against EDG and BLG very easily. Right? No. They go and 2-0 EDG. They 2-0 Billy. I was wrong on every single Sunning game. Ryan just said Sunning is the new Summer IG. Oh my god, Summer IG last year was the death of me. Every single week last year, if you weren't watching, I would have between like 10 and 11 right out of 14 games, and every time I would be on like 8-game win streaks, 9-game win streaks, like just going through the week, and then IG would cancel it with either a win when I didn't pick it or a loss when I picked them. Every single time, every one of my big 8 to 9-game win streaks ended with a IG loss or win that I did not predict. Ryan said E-Star beat Sunning, who beat EDG, who beat E-Star. It's like the LCS never left. Exactly. It was a messy week for China. I'm hoping it reorganizes. Team WE, very impressive week. Moving on now. Team WE, very impressive week, taking down Victory 5, which again was, we predicted the worst of the worst, and then going and taking down Vici Gaming. That's another team that had a terrible week. Was Vici Gaming. Losing to IG was acceptable, but then losing to Team WE 2-0, ooh. And it was not Vici way. Vici always goes 2-1. No matter what, 1-2 or 2-1, either way. They didn't. What happened with this team? They're losing harder than they used to. Now Vici is down at the bottom of the standings, actually at 1-3. They are now currently tied for 13th, but also in 16th place at the moment, which is kind of crazy considering of all the improvements they had made over in the off season. I'm like off camera. I'm always off camera. I always, for some reason in my head, my camera is always on this monitor because my chat is on this monitor. So I always like lean my head over that way. If you've always wanted to know why I'm never centered myself, I should try better at that. IG dismantled Vici Gaming. IG looks so, I won't say clean because if you watch the Rogue Warrior series, that was not clean. But IG looks so good. They look like they're back in their chaotic form, which is very nice. And Ryan mentioned that it's a new era. Billy losing and Vici not going to 3 games. Oh man. E-Star took down LGD. That was good. LNG took down Billy. That was my wow. That was the biggest upset for me because Billy, let's be honest, they got their whole team. No one is substituting really here on Billy. Like they got Fofo still, they got Meteor. Like everything is still the same as it was before when they were looking really good and took down RNG actually, and Vici Gaming. But now with Vici Gaming, which doesn't even help us at all, Vici Gaming is struggling. So okay, maybe Billy's not as good as we thought. They took down RNG, and RNG looks fantastic right now. Actually, arguably one of the best, if not the best team in the league at the moment after this week. Though you could say they took down OMG top, and if the top win 2-0 does not look as strong as it did when they did it, because the last game of the year, the week made it really messed up. Sunning's 2-0 over EDG. We just talked about that earlier. Like, my God, like, oh, it was terrible. And Ryan said, I don't know what's going on with Billy Billy. With LPL coming back from break, they look like the LPL sandbox. Yeah, which is very weird. Billy Billy is never the team to play aggressive, and they just kept playing way over aggressive. In the LPL, you're going to get punished for over. Like, everyone's playing over aggressive, obviously, but you're going to get really punished for playing over aggressive when you're not that good at it compared to the other teams. Billy Billy lets the teams come into them. They're one of them and RNG are the two teams that are capable of doing that, probably in the entire world, of being able to stem the LPL's aggression through slow play. OMG, solid 2-0 against Rogue Warriors. We talked about Team W's 2-0 against Vici Gaming. Fun plus Phoenix, 2-0 my boys in Dominius Gaming. I know, I expected that. It was not close, by the way. It wasn't even remotely close in these games. Those are brutal. JDG 2-0 to Victory 5. Victory 5 looks god awful, by the way. EDG 2-0 to E-Star, very surprising. But like, I was expecting EDG, who had lost 2-0 to Sunning. I was like, great. And this is the game that held it back, and I'm not going to take any asterisks. And I was very tempted to take about 4 asterisks, by the way, this week with JDG over Fun Plus Phoenix and stuff like that. EDG over Sunning. Everything like that. But no, EDG took down E-Star, which was shocking to me because they were not playing many of their players. E-Star did not have a good game. I do expect them to bounce back from that. I don't think that's the end of the world. It's all over because they got a really nice fresh start here against Victory 5 to reset their mental. I think that's a very, very good opportunity. And then they have a game against Billy Billy. And to be honest, Billy Billy looks a little weak right now. If they can't get together, we're talking Saturday now, so we're talking a long way away from almost a full week from now is when that game is played. A lot of things can change, but Billy Billy might be a bigger possibility for E-Star to make that upset than I would have said last week. Sunning 2-0 to Billy Billy, which was crazy, I thought, and IG 2-0 or 2-1 against Rogue Warriors. If you want to show a friend LPL action and then describe to them that this is the best region in the league, show them IG versus Rogue Warriors. That is a mess of a series. Like, it was like 130 kills or something ridiculous like that in the entire in a three game series. Like, it was absurd. It was so many kills back and forth. Every game was like just fighting like nonstop. The series was fantastic to watch. The one part that I believe I saw a comment was that on Euphoria at one point, Grabs had mentioned this game was a perfect example of it. Is this game Grabs had mentioned that G2 watched all of Summer Split for the LPL. Like, they forced all of the G2 members to watch all of the LPL last split because LPL was the best region coming in with IG being the world champions. They said at times when they had watched, they thought these were some of the worst teams they've ever seen in their life. And then when they went to an international event, I believe it was like 5 or 6 scrims in a row or something, they had lost all their scrims within 5 minutes of starting them. Like, the aggression looks really stupid when it's pitted against each other, and it's very fun to watch, but it looks very bad when both teams are so aggressive. But what other players or other people and like teams possibly don't realize is that level of aggression works so well into a team that's not being aggressive or is not capable of handling that aggressiveness. Sure, you can split on the side wave and get like a plate or two, but if your mid lane just lost like 5 or 3 plates itself plus like 3 kills because all of a sudden you were unexpected, they were not expecting them to do a 5-man mid tower dive at like level 5, well, too bad for you. You've lost the game now. Let's see. Rogue Warriors lose to OMG, but then we're in the driver's seat to beat IG. My dislike for this team increases. Oh my god, I actually feel terrible about my power rankings for Rogue Warriors. I feel like they absolutely do not deserve where I put them. and becoming more justified. You had the best week, I know, right? Or Idol, how are you, by the way? This is the worst week we've ever had in the LPL. We've never once had a negative week. We've never had a week under 60% pick rate, and this one we went 9-11. It was crazy. RNG just stomped Team WE, which is kind of what we expected, but Team WE was looking like a two. They had back-to-back 2-0s before that, so it was actually a little bit more. Going into the game, thought that it might be a little closer than it was, but no, RNG just dominated. And then LGD just obliterated Top Esports. It wasn't close. Karsa had 10 deaths. What happened to Karsa? Like, he played terrible this entire week. Like, it looked very bad for Top Esports, and even Knight didn't look very good. Like, it was embarrassing. Their bot lane needs a lot of work right now. I'm not sold on Fotic. I believe it is Fotic, right? No. Yeah, it's Fotic. I'm not sold on him. There's a lot of hype around him. There's only been 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks, but there's a lot of hype around him being the next like high tier LPL ADC. But there's a lot of high tier LPL ADCs. I was telling Brian, you could almost like, not even joking, make a near top 20 ADCs in like the world and have like 15 of them be on LPL teams. Like, LPL ADCs are disgustingly good. Let's see what Ryan has to say here. My week was actually better. I had the same picks, but I had Fumble Phoenix win both sets and E-Star winning out. So one setup on Will. Top remains Knight and 4 wards. Flash Wolves can't change that. All right, so this is our prediction overview. This is a 9-11. It's unfortunate, but we're gonna have to bounce back from it. Now we have a little bit better understanding on how the teams predicted. I feel like I'm gonna do this. We're not gonna change any predictions. We're not gonna give me any mulligans or anything, but we're definitely gonna put a little asterisk down there for 7-week break. We didn't know shit coming back, but we're gonna bounce back this week. I promise. Let's go over to our, hang on, let me just do a little notepad here. As you guys know, just a block random advertisements that I have here and here. We're going to go over to our match review just real quick to look at the current standings. And like I said earlier in the podcast, we're doing the predictions live today because I was going to set it up, but the predictions are really hard to set up on the LPL and it lags the whole thing, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm really hoping Billy bounces back. Okay, so we can't even fit the whole prediction thing on the zoomed in screen. IG 4-0, look amazing. Puff and Southwind, it's remarkable how even Jackie Love is better than Puff, but just the fact that Southwind is that much better than the level of play that Balan was bringing to the table for IG, they look incredible on the bot line. It's a real shame with Jackie Love not being here. We don't know where he is yet at all. But if he was here and he had someone like Southwind, or I guess it's kind of hard to say because Puff and Southwind have had synergy for 3 years, but if he had a level of support that was at that level, just to see what Jackie Love could do would be absolutely insane. E-Star right now is actually at number 2. They are currently 4-1 and looking very good. Very good. I've moved them up quite a bit in my power rankings. For 2 weeks for a team to move up from, like, I believe I had them like 15th out of 17 teams. And then they're already like moving way up my power rankings right now. It'll be interesting to see if they can hold it, though. Do have, like we said, they do have a very simple game against Victory 5 and a game against Billy, which might be a little more challenging down the road this week. JDG is in 3rd place, tied with Royal Never Give Up at 3-1 apiece. I think that Royal Never Give Up's, even though JDG it still looks pretty good without Zoom, they didn't look nearly the level of dominant they did, obviously. And their win this week was against Victory 5, which is not that bad, with not that much. And then their loss was against Fun Plus Phoenix. So it wasn't a terrible week for JDG considering, but it wasn't like real standout week. While Royal Never Give Up went 3-0 this week, and they looked very good in my opinion in all their games. Fun Plus Phoenix is all the way skyrocketing back up to number 5, so they are 2-2 right now, and they've moved way up back in my power rankings. Full belief back on Fun Plus Phoenix. Seeing Top and Billy Billy mixed up with OMG, Sunning, and LNG is sad to see. Oh, it is very sad to see. So Fun Plus Phoenix, EDG, Sunning, OMG, Team WE, Billy Billy, LNG, and Top. Top is down here in 12th place. You're like, holy crap. They're technically tied for 5th. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, an 8-way tie for 5th place right now. Talk about a clump. Sure, we're only 2 weeks in, so that's going to change quite a bit, assumingly, by the end of this split. But an 8-way tie for 5th place is kind of crazy. Ryan, it's like we're still in the LCS. Dominious Gaming, LGD, Rogue Warriors, Victory, or Vici Gaming are all 1 and 3, but they're only 2 games out of 3rd. There's still plenty of time for them to recover their season. If I had the bet on a team doing it, it would be Vici Gaming out of these 4. I really do not have faith in LGD or really Rogue Warriors. So Rogue Warriors looked really good against IG. They have before that series they were looking really, really bad. And Victory 5 has still yet to even win a single game. Like, everyone has at least 3 wins, so they haven't been, like, 2-0'd every game either. They each have at least a 2-0, or at least a 2-win series, and then they at least have 1 win under their belt outside of that. Victory 5 doesn't even had 1 win in general so far. Ryan said, between LCK gameplay and LPL standings and win trading, we basically have NA out east, NA plus out east. All right, let's go to my power rankings here. Little bit interesting, I feel like. Ignore this. I literally cannot get this this arrow on Dominions Gaming. I cannot get that arrow to go away, and I do not know why. It won't delete, and it won't move at all. It is interestingly broken, and I did not have time to fix it. So they didn't actually go down. They just kind of stayed the same. I've moved IG all the way up to the number 1 spot in the league. I think that is just well-deserved right now. They're currently the only team remaining undefeated at the moment. RNG's moved up from number 4 to number 2. I thought their performance, especially Betty himself, if I had an MVP of the week, it is absolutely Betty. I think that Betty's been phenomenal to start the year. And the replacement of Uzi for now. And if he keeps dominating like this, we might not have to see. And honestly, if I'm RNG, I'm looking down the barrel. I'm looking at MSI. Probably, I would give MSI like a 70% chance to be canceled right now. 75% chance. Like 3 out of 4 times this MSI is going to be canceled this year. I might not start Uzi for the entire spring split. I might keep him benched the entire time. We have Betty. It's working out. It's fine. Like, keep Uzi healthy for Worlds. Fun Plus Phoenix has moved all the way back up to number 3. They had dropped to 8th last time because they had been 0-2, but they were so dominant in their victories against JDG and blanking on the other one. Totally blanking. Well, who was it? Dominious Gaming. I blocked it out of my memory already as a Dominious fan. But Fun Plus Phoenix, I saw what I saw with Doinby's performance, TN and Crisp, seeing how well they performed again. I really appreciated it, and I putting Gimgoon in instead of Khan, by the way, is pretty nice to see, in my opinion. I think having Gimgoon there, in my opinion, he's just such a better fit than Khan. He really is. It's unfortunate. I think Khan is just gonna ride the bench for Fun Plus Phoenix. It was a very weird signing when they did it, in my opinion. We kind of looked at some opportunities, I believe, back and forth in week 1. Ryan had mentioned some things that Khan can bring that Gimgoon cannot for Fun Plus Phoenix, but they just look so much more comfortable with someone who can play weak side better than anyone else in the entire world. And Khan is actually very bad at playing weak side, and Fun Plus Phoenix they love to control that bot side river and dragon, and they did with TN and Doinby and Crisp all last week, I should say. JDG, they stayed the same at 4. They went 2-0 against Victory 5, which didn't win them any points. They went 2-1 against Fun Plus Phoenix without Zoom. That is why they did not go down. They would have gone down if they wouldn't have had Zoom on the team, or if they would have had Zoom, but they did not have Zoom. So I felt like that was a very good change, or a very good situation for them. The fact that they actually had that they were in striking distance to take it down Fun Plus Phoenix as well without Zoom is pretty impressive. I think they'll still be fine. This was supposed to be an up arrow for EDG. They have moved up to number 5. Actually, all of our top 6 are fresh teams. Like all of the previous top 6 are usually, or some of them are down here, but like, or they weren't nearly as high. They've all moved up except for JDG, who stays at number 4. Unfortunately for Ryan, because Ryan does not like to see that. E-Star has moved all the way up to number 6 for me. Even with their loss to EDG, they have proven themselves that Cryan, Way, and Wink are here. Like, those, they are here to stay, man. They are very, very strong. And I'm expecting them, especially Billy, to keep showing some poor play. I expect them to possibly do a 2-0 this week. We'll have to see. How I have to go through when I go through my predictions. I actually have not made any of them yet, like I mentioned before. But yeah, I think that they might have a nice 6-1 start here, possibly. Ryan mentioned, I think Khan potentially unlocks a playstyle for Fun Plus Phoenix that can work for certain teams. But you're talking about them messing with a world title level of synergy and cohesion. So definitely growing pains. Absolutely. Yep, I think that's the issue, is that their play style is literally what made them win Worlds, and what we here thought they were going to win Worlds by like week 5 of Summer Split last year. I was like, there's never been a better coordinated team fighting, like just between the synergy between Crisp, Tian, and Doinby. I'd never seen that kind of level of synergy before. And in the aggressiveness of it as well, I should say. Not only the synergy working, but they all are aggressive at the exact same time, which has did wonders for them and constantly made them win games all the time. Until they did eventually win Worlds. And steamroll. They struggled early. They really struggled early. Losing games to J-Team and stuff like that. And Splice. But after that, they really looked a lot better. Next we had LNG. They dropped to number 7. They had a decent week. I don't think it was terrible. They kind of just dropped. They did beat Billy, which was very good, but they also lost to OMG, so it was kind of a wash. They only kind of dropped because E-Star moved up pretty far in my rankings, and Fun Plus Phoenix also moved up in my rankings. Ryan mentioned, this is regarding Fun Plus Phoenix still. It'll take time, but the flexibility can make them even more dangerous. Gimgoon is obviously the better option right now, but given hard carry options to play into the sides for Doinby and Tien to play to down the line makes them scary. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Khan absolutely gives them a tougher, like a better opportunity to get things done on the top side, and to see how LWX and Crisp can play on the weak side, especially against certain teams that might be very strong on top side, and you're a little worried about Gimgoon. The issue right now, I guess right now, is that you want to match that strength with strength when you add Khan there, but Gimgoon is just so good at what he does at being the weak side carry that he negates that strong presence in top lane. Like say you have the Shy or Flandre or something like that. Like they get negated just by Gimgoon just surviving. Think of impacts like Black Hole on his gameplay and stuff, and like add it up. It's better than Impact's level of by a large margin actually of safe side play. Weak side, I should say. Sorry, Billy. I didn't want to do this to them, man. We had them the highest out of anyone at 4th best team, and now we had to drop them down to 8th. They went 2-1 against LNG, which wasn't that strong of a team. I thought they could very well beat LNG. And then they went 2-0 or 0-2 against Sunning. It's a shame. Absolute shame. Hopefully they bounce back. Hopefully they don't look like Sandbox, like Ryan mentioned, and they just collapse and make us cry. Sunning, I hate you. I don't know what to do with you. I'm gonna be sitting here like, oh, what do I pick in the game? Who does Sunning face this week? Fun Plus Phoenix, oh thank God. And LGD, oh thank God. Those are easy predictions. Those are not struggles. If you take down Fun Plus Phoenix, I will actually hunt you guys down. I will not. I'll be in complete awe if they take down Fun Plus Phoenix and then out of nowhere lose to LGD as well. That would be classic Sunning. Oh, I hate this team. Listen, without my personal vendetta of them always getting my predictions wrong all the time, Very good bounce back. They lost to E-Star and they did not look very good, even though it was a 2-1. They did not look very good with it. I can't pronounce his name, to be honest, but their ADC, Huan Feng? I don't remember exactly how to pronounce it. He looked amazing with Sword Art, and I'm actually really excited to see him in Sword Art play much more. Ryan said, JDG, Sunning, and Rogue Warriors are 3 teams in the LPL that I dislike unreasonably, almost as unreasonably as I like E-Star and Billy. I want to love Sunning. I really want to love Sunning way too much. And they just always burn me all the time. Top dropped from 1st to 10th. They had an abysmal week. It looked awful. And I threw it slightly away. I'm like, okay, Top's bot lane is very weak. Like, Fotik is very new, and maybe just Betty just stomped all over him. But Karsa didn't look great either. And then, inexcusable loss here, all the way down here to freaking LGD. One of the worst teams in the entire league, in my opinion. Colt, I mean, you have Lies, you got Fen. Kramer is like, you got Peanut on this team, sure. But, like, Peanut is well past his prime. Let's be honest. He's very well past his prime. And Kramer's good. I love Kramer. But outside of that, the rest of that LGD lineup is very, very weak. He did. Peanut popped off. Peanut absolutely popped off. I thought I'm mentioning it as, it's inexcusable to have Peanut pop off against you. And that is why I was very frustrated with Top and Karsa. Like, Peanut should not. If Peanut 4 years ago, sure. When I first started watching League, Peanut was like, oh my god, this is the best jungler in the world. But, yeah, exactly. Exactly what Ryan said. It was like Rock's Peanut for the first time in what feels like a decade. We haven't seen that Peanut since I started watching League of Legends. Like, you should not. That falls on the other jungler's shoulders. You should not be having Peanut popping off that well against you, especially if you're someone like Karsa, who's a beast of a jungler, but has looked very bad so far this split, and kind of looked kind of bad a little bit during Worlds and stuff against with RNG. They was like their 1 weak link, I thought. Wanfei, what'd you say, Adolf, for Wanfei? Is that the is that the name I couldn't pronounce on Sunning? Wanfei. Wow. Would not have gotten that even remotely close. OMG moved up to number 11, which I thought they had a decent week. They lost to they beat LNG, which was solid. They lost to RNG, but they did take a game, and that was the only game RNG actually lost this week against Team WE and TES. They went 2-0 on both, and then they 2-0'd Rogue Warriors. They destroyed Rogue Warriors. So that was pretty good by OMG. And that's actually, I had Rogue Warriors at 11th. I feel like it's a shame that they dropped 5 positions, but in Rogue Warriors' defense, they're guilty. They got destroyed by OMG, and then they looked very, very good against IG, but they fell up short. Unfortunately, Vici Gaming dropped from 12th. They were up here in, I believe, 8th. So they just dropped out of the top 8, so that's an issue. LGD took down Top Esports, so they had to move up. They have a win here. Team WE had a win against both Vici Gaming and Victory 5, so they had 2 wins this week. And Dominions Gaming also pulled off a win this week against LGD. And that makes me feel weird about putting Dominions below LGD, but LGD's win against Top Esports deserves a little bit of credit. So then Rogue Warriors, unfortunately, because everyone else above them, except for Vici Gaming here, had won, and Vici Gaming was coming from over here on the left side, they dropped all the way down to 16, even though they looked really good against IG, and I'm really hoping, now that they've replaced Haru, because Haru has not looked good for them at all. Let's be honest. He's like a complete mess for them. So when they got Wei Yan in the lineup, they looked a lot better. They looked very aggressive against IG, and I'm hoping to see that come through more, but they do have a little bit of a tough schedule for this week. They have a game or two that they can possibly win, but the first one's going to be tough in my opinion. Why am I hating on Team WE? I had them in 17th place. I moved them up twice, or 3 spots. They beat Victory 5, who has not won a single game so far. And then they beat Vici Gaming, who I think Vici Gaming looking a little shaky right now at 1 and 3. Their opponents that they beat have won 3 games, not even matches. 1 match in 3 games. So Team WE, congratulations. You moved out of the cellar for me, but you got to do a little more work than beating a team that's 1 and 3 and a team that hasn't won a match yet. They look good though. They looked much better than I expected them. Vici Gaming looking shaky? Nah, no way. Dominus Gaming, I wanted to move them up, but realistically, they only beat LGD. It wasn't like that massive an accomplishment at the time. LGD had not beaten top esports, so they looked terrible because LGD had lost, and then they lost again to E-Star at 2-0, and we were just looking like, okay, they are not that good of a team, huh? And then they got obliterated the Fun Plus Phoenix. Like it looked like child's play. How bad they looked against Fun Plus Phoenix. I believe someone even said it looked like Vay Vicious playing like a Vay Vicious game. That's how bad they got destroyed. Man, it was not pretty. I couldn't move them ahead of Vici Gaming because Team WE was 17th and Vici Gaming was 8th. I had dropped Vici Gaming already 5 spots and moved them up 4 spots. Like that's already there was a big gap to get initially, and they just kind of like evened it out a little bit. We'll see by this week though. If Vici Gaming continue to fail or falter, definitely gonna fall back down to the cellar, unfortunately. Yeah, Victory 5 is all the way at the bottom there. Haven't won a game yet. Not just a match. Not even a single game. You're gonna be in the cellar of a very tough region like this if you can't even win a game on it. DMO LGD top. We'll see. I dropped top 9 spots in the standings, so it's a hefty chunk down. Yes, but Vici also had won a game previously in the previous week and brought Billy 2-1 and then taken DMO. They beat DMO 2-1. It's not like a fresh week starts. It was a hefty drop. We'll see. We'll see on the week. If your complaint with my power rankings is the fact that Vici Gaming is 12th and Team W is 14th and those just need to be flipped, I'm okay. I think we're on the same page for the most part with how the league's going at the moment. Being 12th and 14th place doesn't really make you out of the playoffs either way. All right, let's go live. We're going to go live here for predictions. We're going to just zoom in here to week number 3, and we'll see how we do. Hopefully we got to do much better. Well, you need to use my formula for your rankings, obviously. Honestly, Ryan, I really do appreciate your formula. I might tease you about it all the time. I think your formula is very well. it has some clunkiness to it. There's definitely maybe some patching that needs to work on it a tiny bit, but I like the idea of it, and I might start adapting it for myself eventually, like next split. For some reasons. All right. Victory 5 versus E-Star. E-Star all the way. No, I'm just joking. This game is not going to be seriously hard. E-Star, I fully believe in them now. I actually think they're very good. They proved to me that it wasn't just a fluke in week 1. They showed up strong. They did get bodied by EDG, but outside of that, I'm very impressed with how this team has performed so far, and I think that Victory 5 has not won a single game yet, and the fact that E-Star could be a little shaky coming off a loss, like this is their first time having to bounce back per se from a loss, but this is the perfect team to do it against. It's something you can't use in the first few weeks. You might have to implement it in mid. Maybe we'll do that for LPL. Maybe we'll look into it. You're picking V5? Idol against E-Star? No. No, you're not. Nuh-uh. I don't believe you for a second. Billy Billy versus OMG. Hang on. I want an explanation from Idol while I talk about Billy Billy versus OMG. The issue here, this game is way, way more worrisome than I thought it was gonna be. Just kidding. I want to see what Will would say. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way you're picking Victory 5. I can't pick them over anyone right now, and you're gonna do it over your beloved? Mm-mm. OMG, like I said, 2-1 to LNG. They took RNG to 3 games, which was very respectable, and then they 2-0'd Rogue Warriors. Billy Billy, on the other hand, 2-1 got 2-1 by LNG, and then 2-0'd by Sonic, of all teams. This one's tough. This is way tougher than we thought. I would think coming into... If you were asking me last week, I'd say Billy Billy 2-0 easily. Let's give Billy Billy one more shot. We're not going to give up on this team just yet. And it's not a scenario like JDG where I have to worry a lot more that they don't have Zoom, which is like a very core part of their team. Billy Billy has the whole team. Maybe they just read the meta wrong and now are able to bounce back coming from here. OMG does look a lot better of a team, though, so they're going to have to prepare pretty hard. Yeah, I'm going Billy Billy. JDG versus Vici Gaming, not Victory Gaming. Wow, that was weird. But give me. I gotta say, JDG even without Zoom went 2-1. I don't know if Zoom comes back. If he does, even better for JDG. But yeah, they beat Victory 5. Vici Gaming lost 2-0 to Team WA and 2-0 to IG. Give me JDG. Get Vici Gaming back in line, though. They're going to get a win here. It's going to be a 2-1. Vici Gaming will get back on track to winning at least one game every series, but not being able to close it against JDG here. Billy Billy will lose. Man, Idol, you are just trying to make Ryan hate you tonight, aren't you? V5 does have a really good early game, but then they kind of just fall apart completely. EDG versus Rogue. So far, day 1, Monday. This is our recovery week. E-Star, Billy Billy, JDG. The game I'm worried about the most, Billy Billy OMG. The game I think is a lock, E-Star versus Victory 5. I'd bet money on that one. EDG versus Rogue Warriors. I don't know. Now, I'm going to say, because Rogue Warriors did step up a lot against IG, if they take that kind of aggression into EDG, they will probably win. I don't want to bank on a team doing that, though. In the same, who else do they play this week? EDG plays JDG. Damn. Rogue Warriors plays LNG and Victory 5. Damn. Gonna say 2-1 EDG. This one looks like a major trap to me, though. My gut is kind of feeling Rogue Warriors here, but I'm gonna stick with my guns. I think EDG Scout looked unbelievably good last week as well, so I'm really kind of hoping onto him. He's not wrong for thinking, but he is wrong for not believing. You think Rogue Warriors take both sets? Yeah, I'm kind of. Rogue Warriors looks very good against IG. I'm kind of on the fence. They beat EG, lost to Sunning, took down E-Star. E-Star can't close the game, unfortunately. Warriors starting in. Let's do the matchup real quick. Crazy Holder, Haru, not Haru, Wei, and Ruby, Ziwuji, Hope, and Scout. I'm sticking with EDG. I'm gonna stick with EDG. You're both taking Rogue Warriors and making me nervous. I'm going EDG. I'm sticking with it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Hope and Scout are gonna. I think Hope should be good enough to contain Ziwuji. Fun plus Phoenix over Team WE. I think Fun plus. Even though Team WE went 2-0 or 2-1 this week, I think Fun plus Phoenix takes them down. I think Fun plus Phoenix. Unfortunately, they've already faced IG, but I really want to see this Fun plus Phoenix team face a team like RNG right now, because if they can beat RNG, I'd say that they are probably the best or second best team in the world again. Idol. The only reason EGG beat E-Star was because it was Scout's birthday. And if you have a birthday in LPL, you win. Oh, and as much as I hate I think EGG beats Vici because Vici. Yeah, I don't think Vici's strong. I think LNG takes down Victory 5. Personally, Ryan, you say that you think Victory 5 gets their first win versus LNG. Do you mean as a game, as in they lose 2-1, or do you think they win the whole series? Because I think LNG wins the series here. But you can pick Victory 5 if you want. We're a lot different here. We have a lot different. Actually, let's pull up a thing so I don't forget what we've picked so far. Victory 5 versus... No, we picked E-Star. Let's spread this out. William, Ryan, Idol. And then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. E-Star. We're going to put you guys on here. E-Star. E-Star. Okay, we're all in agreement on E-Star here. We have Billy here. Billy here. OMG for Idol. I apologize if it's not lined up. JDG here. JDG here. And JDG here. And then EDG. Rogue Warriors and Rogue Warriors. Okay. So now what have you guys been saying since then? SFM is the reason LNG wins. Yeah, I think LNG. So I have Fun plus Phoenix. Do you got... Okay, so Ryan is picking Victory 5. What did you guys have in Team WE versus Fun plus Phoenix? I'm assuming Fun plus Phoenix. I know Ryan has Fun plus Phoenix, but Idol, do you have Fun plus Phoenix? Here, we're going to keep it. We're going to have the 3-man predictions here. FPX. In the meantime, we're going to talk top versus Vici Gaming. Talk about two teams trying to recover their season after a terrible first week. Oh boy. This is going to be tough. So top looked god-awful. Vici Gaming kind of looked god-awful as well. Well, Ike's and... Forge, I think, is going to get run down, personally, by Knight. I think that Forge really scares me from when he was on IG last, taking over for Rookie. He was always on a different page than his team. And if you're on a different page and you're facing Knight, that's going to be a problem. My only worry is that iBoy is going to beat Photic quite a bit. And hopefully Photic comes around and improves and shows people that he's actually he deserves all the hype that he has. But as of right now, I'm going to go top. I can't believe in Vici Gaming right now. They disappointed me a lot this week. But it's not a comfortable one. Where before I think I should have been completely comfortable. Idol, you have Vici Gaming. All right, I like it. In top win, Ryan is with me here. Oops, I deleted Idol's Vici Gaming. Yeah, I think Knight's gonna run all over Forge personally, and then when Knight gets, he can carry the 4 wards through there. Forge is not playing. Oh, never mind. There goes my whole argument there. Who the heck played? should know this better now that I only have 20 games to watch. Remember when I said that, oh man, I have to watch all these LPL games? Like, there's so many games to watch. Now there's not that much. It's not that bad anymore. Pull this up. Who the heck was playing? I thought it was Forge. The Shy was negative 130 CS. Oh yeah, it was Zika. It was Zika. You're right. I remember now. That was the game that the Shy was playing Callisto. I wasn't paying attention to the mid lane. That was that Callisto. Let's bring that back up. Oh man. Let's pull this. The Shy Callista against Ornn, and the Shy Callista versus Kennen was gross. He was 130 CS ahead of Kennen at the end. Game ended in 23 minutes. Oh, perfect farm in his lane plus extra jump. That was gross. Do not play Callista top. That is a Shy only scenario. Goddamn. Zeke. Shut up, Brian. Okay, let's go back to the next thing, which is our game number. Where is it? Is week 3 here? Yeah, okay, week 3. We got Billy versus JDG. IG trolls so much. They do. IG trolls an infinite amount. It's disgusting. They are so much like G2. Like, G2 and IG are the biggest troll teams on the planet. They're both so good mechanically, too. They're so gifted as a team. JDG versus Billy. I know what Ryan's going to pick here. It's Billy. Because he hates JDG and he loves Billy. And I'm gonna roll with you, Brian. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down with the ship together. I'm gonna call him BLG. So it sounds better than Billy. BLG. They're gonna regain. I just have to believe. It was just one bad week. They have the same players. They look so good in week 1. They looked so good at the end of the year last year. Tons of improvement from Meteor. They have to look good, right? Big League Gamers versus Janky Dumpster Gamers. Yeah. JDG for Idol. JDG is the smarter call, but man, I just have to believe that Billy. It was just a fluke that they lost those games, right? Right? They're gonna go back to playing nice and safe. I believe. God, I feel like we've predicted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I predicted 8 games. We got 12 more still. Jesus Christ. Janky dumpster goblins. Oh, you hate them so much. Dominions versus Team WE. Oh. I don't do it, do I? My boys at Dominions Gaming are coming off a 2-0 win. No, they're not. They lost to Fumble Phoenix. I was going to say they came off a 2-0 win against LGD, but then they lost to Fumble Phoenix and looked god-awful from that. You got to believe they bounce back, right? No. Give me Team W. Team WE looked very strong this week. I can't actually pick my boys at Dominions Gaming, unfortunately. I'm quite sad. I love them, but man, they do not. That spice from that miracle run in Spring Split with Sino Dragon, ever since they changed their name, it's been different, man. Teams figured them out a little too hard. I'm gonna guess it all says Team WE, but I will change if you decide to do it different. IG versus LGD. LGD did beat IG. What was it, in Spring Split last year? I'm giving you guys IG though already. I'm saving you from yourself. If you decide to not pick IG, you are trolling. World Elite is so much cooler of a name than Team WE. Easily. Fun plus Phoenix versus Sunning. I gotta go with Fun plus Phoenix. I'm kind of worried that I'm going with Fun plus Phoenix because Sunning apparently is going to do everything the opposite of what I predict. So I'm gonna go FPX, but I just it's tough, man. It's I'm scared. Sunning has me scared. I don't like it. Sunning is to you what EG is to me. Well, yep, absolutely. It's exactly how it is. I don't understand this team. I want to like them, and I don't get them. They win when they shouldn't, and they lose when they shouldn't as well. LNG versus Rogue Warriors. I do believe Rogue Warriors finally comes back with a victory there against LNG. I don't think LNG is as strong. I have them like 8th. They're kind of Immortals like-ish, you know? They don't feel as strong as their record shows. We'll see. We're still very early. I have JDG over EDG. I think JDG will bounce back from their loss against Billy to take down EDG, and I just think that Yagao is pretty good. I think he'll lose gracefully into Scout. You have Rogue Warriors winning out. There you go. I'm assuming you have EDG because you hate JDG. Yeah. Give me EDG over the Goblins. I need Idol's predictions. We're going too fast. We got 5 games on him. I need to make sure he picked Team WE and IG, and then Fun plus Phoenix and Rogue Warriors and EDG. That would be my guess. RNG versus Vici Gaming. Give me RNG all the way. That one will even be a 2-0. I think RNG, if it wasn't for IG's dominance trolling style, I think that RNG would absolutely be my number 1 team at the moment. Did I nail all your predictions right there? I'll go add them. Rogue Warriors and EDG. And I'm assuming RNG over Vici Gaming, unless you got a bold upset here that you want to talk about and have to explain. My voice is going. That's why, if you want to know why I'm kind of rushing, it's because my voice is starting to go a little bit, and I don't want to go to. I have to go to work tomorrow, guys. And not only that, we'll talk about this at the predictions. We'll do our random talk after here. Betty will carry, absolutely, he will. In Betty, we trust. OMG versus Dominions Gaming. I want Dominions Gaming to win. Team WE, OMG, and Rogue Warriors and Tapu, if they are still struggling. Oh, Dominions can win so many games there. Oh, OMG will win. Can't pick with your heart, right? If you want to have a 75% pick rate, you can't be biased in your predictions, or you at least have to try your best not to be biased in your predictions. I'm rooting for OMG. I'm rooting for Dominions Gaming to win. I don't care if I lose my prediction on that one. Billy versus E-Star. This one hurts. This one hurts to pick. Oh man, I know what I'm picking. I want to know I want to know your reasoning, Idol and Ryan, for your predictions for this. So I'm gonna skip while you guys are typing that. I'm gonna actually move down to Top versus IG. Yeah, OMG took a game off of RNG. That's enough for me. Ryan or Idol, you're picking E-Star. Okay, I like to see that. Why is your reasoning on that? Ryan, I want to know your reasoning on your prediction as well. Because I think I have a good reason for this. I'm going IG over Top, by the way. I forgot they played each other. I'm assuming on the next one you guys are... I mean, there's no way On the next one, right? E-Star because they have the word star in their name. Solid. It's a draw. Both teams come to an understanding. Ryan, you gotta make a prediction. Oh man, I have IG beating top, by the way, in the next one. Billy number one. Okay. I'm with you, Ryan. First in my heart, yes. I am also with you on the Billy because of the reasoning that we gave earlier today. E-Star's biggest weakness is that sometimes they struggle to close games. They have a tendency that they're not able to close as quickly as we would like. Billy, if they go back to playing the way they are, and that's what our predictions are, with Billy going 3-0 now, taking down OMG and JDG, that would require Billy going back to playing like they do normally and having a slow style pace game, like where they make the enemy come to them and make the mistakes and then they capitalize on that. If E-Star is not coming to them or struggling to come with them, they are in Billy's strong suit. Like that is where Billy likes to play the game, and I think that's where they're actually going to win the game, because if E-Star makes a mistake, Billy are absolutely going to capitalize on it a lot stronger than some other teams that might play a little too aggressive and throw the mistake right back at E-Star. Well, now I'm not... Ryan, outside of 1 week of the LPL, if I made a pick on your team, it was almost a guaranteed victory. It was a 3 out of 4 shot that they were going to win that series. How dare you? How dare you? I just had one bad week, guys. One bad week. It'll be over, I swear. I don't have the virus. I promise. IG versus top. I'm assuming you guys are going to go IG, but I won't make your predictions yet. There's no way that Knight can handle... You had no faith in them over RNG. That is true. That is true. Because I figured RNG wasn't going to make mistakes, so they played the same way. Now, if there was any game that was going to go to a draw, it was Billy versus RNG. It's the most snooze fest game of the of the LPL. Victory 5 versus Rogue Warriors. I gotta go Rogue Warriors again. And I know you guys also said Rogue Warriors to the end, so that one's simple. I think Victory 5 wins one game against LNG, but that's it. They get 2-0'd by everyone else. LGD versus Sunning. I gotta go Sunning, man. I absolutely gotta go Sunning. I think that this is the perfect game for them to lose. I don't think, even though LGD beat Top Esports and maybe they turn the season around, they're gonna get decimated to IG, and then they're gonna come into Sunning with maybe no. Sunning and LGD are probably going to get decimated on the same day, but then I think Sunning, they looked stronger. They looked much stronger taking down Billy. So I think they're better now, right? Give me Sunning. IG went out. Yeah, IG. Ryan, what's your pick on Sunning versus LGD? LGD over Sunning. You're going with that truly counter logic. I like it. It's smart. Idol, I'm assuming you have... I'm going to put IG here for you over top. I'm assuming that will be the correct pick. Let me know if it's incorrect. Then, here we go. Remember what I said? LGD too good, yeah, right? What I said before? Fun plus Phoenix versus RNG. I did not realize it was this week, but this is the game to test. Who is the second, if not first best team in the entire LPL so far after coming out the break? Fun plus Phoenix looks dominant. Betty and RNG look dominant. Ooh, this is a game you do not want to miss. I'm so excited to see this one played out. Let's see the matchups. Gimgoon versus Longshu. XLB versus TN. XLB looks so good. Xiaohu versus Doinby, Betty versus LWX, Ming versus Chris. Great matchups on pretty much every lane. What I'm gonna go with Fun Plus Phoenix because of Doinby over Xiaohu. I think that if Doinby can isolate Xiaohu loses gracefully. He does lose gracefully. But if that's not the issue is you can't. It's hard to lose gracefully against Fun Plus Phoenix because they roam really hard, like very very hard. And because of the roaming that Doinby is going to perform with Tien, I think that Doinby and Tien are going to roam down to bot and disrupt Betty quite a bit and stop him from being the hyper carry that he is. And then if they are able to stop Betty, it's going to come down to basically is XLB able to counter gank on those and plan accordingly his jungle routes to stop the Doinby shove in. I'm assuming he's going to shove in Xiaohu quite a bit because Xiaohu is going to play something very passive, and then if XLB is going to like take that or like plan his routes properly to keep Betty alive, then RNG definitely has a shot. They have a shot for sure. They're amazing, but I don't know. Ryan said, well, I'm sticking to my word. Fun Plus Phoenix all the way this week. But I reserve the right to switch if Con starts. Yeah. Yeah, and then Idol mentioned that he goes RNG because of Betty and LWX has an issue of being up front so much. Yeah, he does. LWX and being up front, man, it's crazy. But I really think that the mid lane is going to be the biggest difference, and then the mid lane synergy with the jungler, we'll see. I think it's going to be just Doinby's just going to overpower Xiaohu too much and control the rest of the map and take, since everywhere on the map is basically just locked even with each other with like superior talent on each side. That little tip of the scale that Doinby's going to throw over on bot lane is going to help LWX succeed there. Yeah, Betty is by far exactly what Ryan just mentioned. Betty's by far the most worrying thing about this matchup for Fun Plus Phoenix. That's why I really think that Doinby and Tien are just going to be down bot lane 24/7 and just ganking Betty constantly. The RNG I like T1 right now. Betty says Teddy can solo win everything. Yeah, man, Teddy was born into learning how to 9v1 as an ADC. Very rare thing to do. Almost ADCs are pretty much irrelevant if your entire team is trash. But man, Teddy has found a way to do it. I wouldn't say the rest of RNG is trash the way that Teddy has had the. Obviously, the rest of T1 isn't trash either right now. But the way Teddy had to mold himself into it with Janair, oof, it's a rare opportunity. I think I mentioned that it'd be like Teddy, Deft, Reckless. I always mention Reckless for my friend because it's technically ours for another stuff. But Reckless, those might be the top ADCs outside of China in the world, and there might not Double Lift right now struggled a bit, but outside of that, pretty much every other ADCs, like the top ADCs, are in China at the moment, and Betty is one of them. If Betty wants a team environment to solo carry a game, the Uzi team is one to do it. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so we got Fun Plus Phoenix here, Fun Plus Phoenix here, and that's an asterisk because if Con starts, then we're going RNG. I'm also going RNG if Con starts for sure. And then RNG there. So we got a lot of different picks actually. Let's see. Me and Idol alone have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different picks from me and Idol, and then me and Ryan have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 different picks from Idol, 4 different from Ryan. Ooh, RNG 2-0 them. Ooh, Idol. You're thinking RNG is the best team in the LPL/world right now, aren't you? I don't disagree with that. I think LPL is the region where I by far use my heart to determine my decisions. Yeah, LPL. Oof. them coming back. I mean, they're the only league we can watch right now. It's weird. We're like, oh, we can't judge the LPL teams with the rest of them because we haven't seen them forever. Now we just have no other teams to judge. The top 17 teams that are currently playing in the world right now, these teams, and then some of the teams in the minor regions. Maybe shove them in before Victory 5. But no, Victory 5 probably would dominate the minor regions. But yeah, these are the 17 teams we got here. That's it. But yeah, that will be the end of league-related stuff with this podcast. I'll probably stick around with Ryan and Idol here towards a little bit. So if that's all you want to watch for, to talk about coronavirus stuff, if you're watching this on YouTube or even on Twitch right now, yeah, that will be it for the league-related news for LPL. Thank you guys for watching that. And then now, for the meantime, you can watch Brazil. Yeah, I know, right? I'm surprised some of the other regions. They're probably going to shut down as well soon. I bet the minor regions. Okay, so with the coronavirus, everything's shutting down in the world. I didn't go to a board game bar thing that I was going to be doing today, and I'm upset about it. I was actually really looking forward to that, but we decided we can't do that because it's a little dangerous out there. This is the only podcast we'll do this week, so it's not that bad. And I'll be able to watch a lot of games at work this week because oh, Ryan, I'll be talking to you. I'll talk to you on Discord in detail about that. I haven't been to it yet, but it looks fantastic. But we'll talk in detail about it on Discord. It's basically a bar where you go to where they have like 70 plus board games that you can go and take and drink with your friends and play games. And then on Sunday they have an event that you can go play with your friends, and you bring some friends and you can play board games with strangers. You're going to be working from home for the next month. That's where I want to talk to you guys about this. We got a meeting on Friday, and then we're having a meeting Monday. Everyone's coming into work Monday, and we're having a discussion. Everyone pretty much at my company is going to be working from home for the next 2 weeks. Awesome. I get to watch a league while I'm working at a full screen. Incorrect. Incorrect. I, along with one other person, have to stay at work and do everyone else's jobs around there for like that have to be done in person. So not only do I have to go to work where no one else is working, or they're working, but they're just working from home. But I also have to go to work and get a lot of extra jobs right now than I had previously. Ugh, it's terrible. It's terrible. So I'm gonna be in there with two other people, or one other person for the most part, maybe two other people. Maybe someone comes in every now and then, but we won't know until tomorrow. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna get sick. Yeah, and if anyone gets sick, they immediately have to like report it and not go. Obviously. So how did this happen? I've been tilted all weekend. Once I got that news, it's because I'm a contract employee still, and their company policy is that they don't let contract employees take laptop home, which is fair. It's a fair point. I've been a contract employee there for a year and 8 months. Like, it was a 6-month contract, got laid off during the GM strike, as you guys know, during Worlds, literally watched all of Worlds from home, and then came back on a 2-month contract, and I've been there for 5 months on a 2-month contract now. It's just an auto renew, I guess. I don't know the specifics of that, but yeah. Only because of that company policy, I can't stay home, and I have to do everyone else's work. Tilting, man. Ugh, god awful. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be like for me. It's gonna be weird talking about League, because in general, like, LCS is done now, LEC is done now, LCK is done. I guarantee most of the wildcard regions shut down probably, and we only have the LPL left. So that means we're only going to be doing one podcast a week now, which kind of feels weird as well. Like, Like it's weird. We're doing one podcast. It's like our very first split we ever did was only NA. We only did NA, and then we went to NA and EU, and then we went to NA, EU, China, and Korea at the same time. And then we went to NA, EU, Korea, China, and the wild card. And now we've cut the wild card because it just simply did not get enough views. I still do the predictions, but includes CB LOL. Yeah, let's do a quick update on CB LOL. Just for kicks. Let's see if you guys want to see how the wild cards are doing right now. Vivo crushing it this year after I gave them up. They went 0-2 the first year. I'm like, I have a feeling this team is set up for greatness. Robo on the team, a bunch of rookies coming in. Robo's going to be able to lead the charge. They're set up for greatness. They go 0-2, drop immediately. Then they go 9. They're 9-1 since then. It's been so nice to see. Flamingo doing good still. Pain good. Prodigy. Fura, they're really letting me down these last 2 weeks. And Redemption sucks. So like we did predict. Kaboom has kind of gone up a little bit, but The next region, we're just doing all wild cards. Just why not? You know, the PCS, the PCS. We got AHQ dominating. Talon Esports actually looked pretty good. I keep forgetting who specifically on Talon that was a good signing from them. That's been really good. Hanabi was the signing on Talon. He's been very good. And Candy, I do like Candy as well. HQ though looking very good with their whole team. Libya, J team has actually not looked great, but they lost Phil man. What can you say? Kaboom can crush as a god. Kaboom cannot win on red side. Ain't that the truth? Resurgence, not that good. I love how bad Hong Kong attitude. I mean, they lost some players as well, but man, Hong Kong attitude, 2-8. Oof. This is LMS is very weak. This is the former LMS, I should say, the PCS now. The LCL. Unicorns of Love, gotta love them. They're my favorite team in the LCL. But, oopsies. Did I go to the right thing? Spring. I don't want the Spring Open Cup. I want the Spring Season. Like, something ain't right here. Vicious was kicked out. Crow Crowd. By the way, best logo in the game. Love the color scheme here. So nice. Crow Crowd. Love this team. They're only 3-5. They're only 3-5. They're not great. I'm actually really surprised at Vegas Squadron, and I guess they don't have Anonisic. He's on the Unicorns of Love now. Unicorns of Love. Oh, he was on Unicorns of Love last year. Never mind. Vegas. I always forget that Unicorns of Love is literally Vegas Squadron. Gambit's only 4-4. That's what surprises me the most. Then quickly, because let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more regions. These are just our updates on the wild card. Spring season, it's all about Nation Focus. Me 12-2. Sengoku Gaming. Actually, Rascal Jester and Axis being this high up actually stunned me. This team sucks. Fugoku SoftBank Hawks Gaming, that team sucks. The longest name in esports. But yeah, Detonation focused me all the way. I feel bad for all these wildcard regions because realistically, them going to Worlds is like, or MSI, it's like a really good opportunity for them. And I don't think there's going to be MSI this year, so they're kind of screwed. Furious Gaming sucks again. That was unfortunate. Isurus Gaming is surprisingly not that good. Even that's because they got a new logo. Clearly, 1907 Fenerbahce Esports Club. I don't know that. That might be. Let's see. 1907 Fenerbahce Esports Club. There's 10 syllables. Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks Gaming. Yeah, it wins. It wins by 2 syllables. Syllables. You got it. Let's wrap this up quickly. OPL, Chiefs dominating. Legacy, very good. Which that was the big in my predictions when I was like, oh, Legacy was terrible last year. I'll throw them back in the terrible like at the beginning of the year. And then like I looked at, I believe it was Rusty's, OPL Rusty. And then like he's like, yeah, I think Legacy's going to be number 1 team. I was like, what happened? What did I miss? Poor Mammoth, man. I'm honestly surprised they've won 2 games. This split. They look god awful, but they have none of the same players. Completely different team than the team that left. Pentanet, that GG's been the most disappointing for me so far. Direwolves have been pretty good. I love Chippies. And yeah. Then we got, let's wrap it up with the TCL. Oh, we got VCS as well. 1907 Fenerbahce Esports Club. That's who we're talking about. First place at the moment. But watch out because Supermassive is on a 9-game winning streak. They're absolutely crushing it, which is what we thought they were going to do because they looked like the best team coming into the East TCL this year, and then they kind of just started 1-3. It's like, okay, maybe not, maybe not, maybe things aren't looking too well, but then they did. Dark Passage, it stuns me that they're 9-4 at the moment. Honestly, it's kind of very, very surprising. 5 Ronin is terrible. Royal Youth is terrible, but that's because Closer left and all of them. They lost Pilot, Closer. The whole team's different. And then finally, before we wrap up the year, or the podcast, GAM Esports, like always, number 1 in spring for VCS. Dashing Buff 5-5. Man, it is brutal. It is brutal that these teams aren't doing that great. Team Secret. If you didn't know, Team Secret was Loki. I was like, I don't remember that logo too. Team Secret is formerly Loki Esports, so the team that went to Worlds. Team Flash, the team that should have gone to Worlds instead of Loki, up at number 2. And GAM, number 1. With Dashing Buffalo, Big Curl can't get it done, man. He's only 5-5. FTV and V Gaming. Man, V Gaming started out strong. What was that? Didn't they start out 2-0? VGA 1-0. VGA, no, they started out 1-0. And then that's it. Then they lost everything. Okay. That's enough. That's the wild card update. If you have not been paying attention to the wild card, that's how they have been doing so far. They just need to move Mr. Buffalo to Europe. Yeah, Mr. Buffalo will win Europe League for sure. Saving the best for last, Dashing Buffalo. All right. Let's wrap up the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. It's going to be very weird because we are only going to see each other once a week. Obviously, we'll still be talking around through Discord and everything, but we'll only see each other on podcasts once a week for right now until things get better. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next Sunday to talk about the LPL. I'll definitely talk to you on Twitch. I'll probably chat to you on Twitch about games that are going on, though, because 20 games is a long time, and a full week is a very long time. Anyway, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Good night.